Have you been looking to relocate to the Nashville, Tennessee area and was wondering what it would cost to live here? Well, stay tuned because I will be going over the cost of living in Smyrna, Tennessee. Smyrna, Tennessee is roughly 20 minutes outside of Nashville. And welcome back to my channel. It's your real estate advisor, Patricia 𝗦𝗡 with 𝒦𝗨 Realtors here in the Murfreesboro, Tennessee area, working smart to get you the green light to your new home. Today, I will be going over the cost of living in Smyrna, Tennessee. There are 7 points that I will be covering. First will be the overall cost of living, and then I'll talk about housing, I'll talk about groceries, utilities, entertainment. I think I'm missing something in there, but anyway, I have 7 points that I will be covering. So pull up a chair, let's chat. Point number 1 is the overall index comparison. If we're looking at the U.S. as a whole, on average, the index number is 100. So that is the index that we'll be using throughout this video. Everything will be compared to the U.S. average index of 100. Smyrna's overall index cost of living compared to the U.S. national average is 99.4. That is very, very close to the national average. Moving on to point number 2, that is housing. Housing accounts for roughly 30% of the index when you're doing a comparison. So it takes a huge chunk of that cost of living. The median cost of homes in Smyrna is $285,000. So roughly 67% own their home versus 32 or 33% that rent a home. When it comes to renting a 3-bedroom apartment in Smyrna, be ready to pay about $1,400, while a 4-bedroom, on the other hand, will cost you $1,670. If you want to look at the possibility of affording a home, that same amount, you could apply it to a mortgage. Now your mortgage would include your principal, your interest, your taxes, and insurance, and that does not include HOA, mind you. Not every subdivision or community has an HOA, but if they do, it's going to cost you usually $100 to $500 annually. That will be in addition to your monthly mortgage payment. Moving on to point number 3, and that is taxes. One thing when it comes to taxes in Tennessee is that there is no state income taxes. We are one of 9 states that do not have state income tax. Tennessee's sales tax is 9.75%. There are 4 other states, I believe Louisiana, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Washington, that also have sales tax income rates combined with the local that is above 9%. But Tennessee is the highest at 9%, while the average U.S. sales tax is 7.3%. Tennessee has one of the lowest median property tax rates in the U.S. There are only 9 other states that have taxes that are as low or lower than Tennessee. Median annual property tax rate paid by Tennessee residents is $1,200, which is roughly half the national average. All right, on to point number 4, that is utilities. Now we're comparing the index again to the U.S. index, which is 100. So when it comes to Smyrna and utilities, Smyrna is 98.4%. It's a little bit above average and a little bit higher than Tennessee. Tennessee, it comes in at 96.7. So it's a little higher than Tennessee, but a little lower than the average. In my home, I have gas and electric. Personally, my experience with utilities has been that I pay quite under $200 when it comes to my utilities. I will tell you that my gas, water, and sewage all come together. And I know last month it was less than $50. And we just got into winter months, so my gas heating bill hasn't gone up. My electric bill, however, was $95. So those always yo-yo back and forth depending on the time of the season. But on average, I'm paying $150 to $200 at highest, if we just happen to have a bad winter or a really hot summer. But on average, I pay $150. Now, I do not have a sprinkler system, so anybody that has one or puts one in, obviously when it comes to the water bill, that's going to make it higher. Point number 5 is groceries. On a side note, how do you like to do your grocery shopping? Traditionally, I went to the store, but as of late, as more options became available, I started using delivery service. But I had a couple of bad experiences, so I've kind of put that to the side, and I mostly do curbside if I need to. But for the most part, I still try to go out to the grocery store and do my shopping early. My preference is early in the morning. So leave me some comments. Let me know in the comments how you like to do your groceries. Do you still go the traditional way where you go into the store and you have to touch and feel everything? Or are you okay with the curbside pickup? Or do you use the delivery service and you pick up your groceries are basically delivered to your front door? All right, so moving on to the actual index for groceries. Compared to the U.S. national average, Smyrna is 99.8%. Mind blown. I actually did not know it was that high. I'm not sure why, but I didn't think the groceries cost that much. We're a little bit above Tennessee. Tennessee came in 95.4. So Tennessee is a little bit below the U.S. average, while Smyrna's numbers are very close to the U.S. average. One thing that I do love about Smyrna is that you have lots of options when it comes to grocery shopping. I go to Kroger, which I'm pretty sure maybe that's only in the South, but Kroger, I love Publix because they have buy one, get one specials. So that's my time to rack up on anything that I need. And the great part about it here is that you don't actually have to buy both items, 2 items. You can get away with buying just one. I remember visiting Florida one year, Jacksonville, and there you actually had to buy both items to get it half price. But I do like that here, that you don't have to buy both items. You can buy one and you would get it at half price. So if you're looking to shop in bulk, you'll have to go to Murfreesboro, which is about 15 miles away, for Sam's Club. They also in Murfreesboro have, if you prefer organic whole foods, they have a Sprouts there. Otherwise, you would have to go towards Nashville in order to shop at Costco's or like Trader Joe's and Whole Food store. On to point number 6, and that is transportation. The average one-way commute in Smyrna takes 29.2 minutes. That's average. And I think that's on a good day with no accidents, no rain or snow. Just kidding. But yeah, if you're commuting to downtown Nashville, be ready to spend some time on the road. However, I'm sure that has changed now while we're in this pandemic, with most people working remotely. Mind you, for the US, the average is 26.4 minutes one-way commute to work. Most people commute by car here in Smyrna, Tennessee, roughly 80% or so. You have some people that will carpool, some people use public transportation, and the rest work from home. Now, again, those numbers were from 2019, pre-COVID. Now that we're in this pandemic, we're smack dab in the middle of a full-blown pandemic, I'm sure those numbers are completely different. Most people are working from home. While we're in the subject of transportation, gas prices have been steadily dropping over the years. And in Tennessee, it's $1.86 for regular gas. In Smyrna, you're looking at gas prices roughly, and it keeps changing, so I think the last time I bought gas, you're looking at like $1.65 to $1.95, depending on where you go. I did stop by Kroger and took a picture of the gas prices there, and I also stopped by Home Depot, and they have a Shell gas station. I took a price, and there's actually quite a bit of difference between the two, and there's not even 0.1 miles between both locations. And lastly is point number 7, and that is entertainment and restaurants. Now, who doesn't like some good food? Yes, I like food. I love to eat. But I'm a picky eater. Who else is a picky eater and a foodie? I will tell you that the index for entertainment here in Smyrna is 96.6, while in Tennessee, it averages at 95.6. So it's a little bit cheaper than the average, not a whole lot different. One thing I do love about Smyrna is there is not a shortage of places to eat. No matter what you feel like eating, there is a restaurant there for you. So we have all the cuisines. But one thing about Smyrna, though, it doesn't really have any fine dining or high-end restaurants. Now, if somebody lives in Smyrna and you're watching this and you know of any, let me know. Because, yeah, I'm not aware of any, and I've been living here for 6 years. So for me, if I'm looking for fine dining, you need to wine and dine a client or whatnot, the nearest place to go is head to Nashville, and that's about 20 minutes away. And you have some great options there. My experience with dining in Smyrna area for two adults with soft drinks and an appetizer, that would run you roughly $40, $50. Now, if you tack on, well, probably a little bit less actually, but if you add on dessert and alcoholic beverages, expect to pay quite a bit more for that. Maybe you can get out there looking at roughly $60 or so on average. And let's see. As for entertainment, there is something for everyone. As a family, we like to go to watch the movies. It's just a few minutes from where we live. And for an adult, it's going to cost you roughly $7 to $12, depending on what time you go, what time of the day you go. And if you add snacks and a drink on top of that, that's probably another $10, $15. So you're looking at $25 to $30 per person to go on a movie date with your significant other, friend, whatnot. Now, something else we like to do in a family is we like to go to Stars and Strikes Entertainment Family Center. I believe that's what it's called. Now, they have something for everyone in there. They have bowling. They have arcades, they have laser tag, they have, what else? They have an escape room. I have not tried the escape room, but it's huge. You can pretty much get lost in there for hours. So I love it for that, that there is something for everyone. Now, that one can get pretty pricey, for a family of 4, but there is always a Groupon. I usually try to look for their specials, or I'll look online for a coupon, Groupon, and maybe depending on what your activities you're looking to do, you can get in and out of there with food, drinks, and the activities. For a family of 4, $120. Again, I usually use a Groupon, or I just go when they have specials. Well, guys, thank you for watching. I hope that was some very good information for you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it when you subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. How many times can I say subscribe? Okay, subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Hit the bell so that you get notified each time I upload a video, which will be weekly. If you have any questions whatsoever, do not hesitate to give me a call, send me an email, send me a text. And also be sure to follow me on my other social media. You can look up the hashtag #CallPat2Chat. I am on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. So look me up and be sure to follow. like, subscribe, also leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.